Hello guys, my name is Aki Abiogun. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Countif and Countifs in Microsoft Excel. Now let's move forward. Countif in Excel, the Countif function is used to count the number of cells within a range that meets a single condition. So basically this one, you're not counting everything. Let's say they give you the data set and they ask you to count how many meal do you have there. So basically you are counting based on a condition. So it is commonly used for tasks such as counting how many times a specific values appear in a data set, or determine how many cells meet a certain criterion. So basically what they ask us to do is to count based on the criteria. How many times does USA appear? How many times does meal appear? How many times do you sell social products in this data set? So basically what you are using Countif for is to count based on condition. And the parameter is kind of very simple. All you just have to do is type in equals to Countif, then you select your criteria range and you select your criteria range and your criteria. Very easy. Let's go to Countifs. So for Countifs in Excel, this is basically looking for number of cells that meet multiple criteria across one or more ranges. So it allows for more complex conditional counting compared to Countif. So here in Countifs, we can give as many criteria as possible. So here you can see I have criteria range 1, criteria 1, criteria range 2, criteria 2. Very easy. Once you follow this parameter, you will be able to get it. Now let's do a bit of practical on this. So here I have my data set, and for instance, let's say they ask me to count the total number of customers that I have here. They ask me to count the total number of customers that I have here. So here I'll just type in total customer. For total customer, I'm not counting based on any criteria. What they ask me to do is just count the number of customers that we have. I'll just say this is just normal count equals to count, then select this column, and I'll just close my bracket and press enter. As you can see, this one tells me that I have 151 customer. Just 151 customer. Now, out of this 151 customer, you want to know how many are male and how many female do we have. We have a total of 151 customers. So how many male and how many female? So that, let's take it a step further. Here I'll type in gender, and for the gender I'm looking for male and I'm looking for female. So how many male, how many female? Let's say this is number of appearance. All I just have to do is say equals to count if it meets a certain criteria. So count all male for me. So as you can see, I have the range and I have the criteria. So where am I going to see the male? I'm going to see it under the gender column right here. So I'll just choose the gender column as my range. Just choose the gender column, comma, and the criteria. What is the criteria? What am I looking for in this column? I'm looking for the male. I can either select it here or type it. And if it is a text, you have to put it in a quotation mark. I'll just type in my double quotes here and I'll type in male, double quotes, close my bracket and press enter. And as you can see, this one will tell me that I have 69 male Let's do female too. I'll say equals to count if my range. Here I have my range, and how many criteria, which criteria am I looking for? I'm looking for female. So in quotes, I'll type in my female gender right here, and I'll close my brackets, then press enter. And as you can see, I have 69 and I have 82. So if I'm to sum these two up, this should give me 151. So let's try that. I'll just say equals to sum this up for me, close my bracket and press enter, and as you can see, I have 151. Now in a situation whereby you have it typed out here, it's not a must for you to still type it in your formula. It's not a must. What I'll do here is I'll just delete these two. I'll delete this, and now just say equals to count if in this range, how many male do we have? Just choose my male. Since I have it typed out here, I'll just select it, close my bracket and press enter, and you can see I have 69. So this will help me to just copy down. So I can just drag it down right here. So if you bring your cursor to this edge, then just drag it down, and as you can see, I have 82 female. This will make my work much more easier and much more faster. Now let's do one more. Let's say they ask me to get number of appearance for USA, number of appearance for United States of America, USA. So here I have the country, and what they ask me to do is how many customers do we have in USA. So the total of our customer is 151. How many of them are from USA? That's what they asked me to do. Just say equals to, now they are still looking for just one criteria, which is USA. So equals to count if this is the range. I'm counting country, and I'm not counting all the country. I'm looking for USA. Because I do not have the USA typed out here, I can just double quotes type in USA, double quotes, then close my bracket and press enter, and as you can see, I have 31 customer from USA. 31 customer from USA. Now let's take it a step further. What they asked me to do now is, we have 31 customer from USA. How many are male and how many female do we have from USA? How many male and how many female? Now that is two criteria. Basically, they're asking us, we have 31 customer from USA. How many are male and how many female do we have there? Okay, now let's do that. Let's type in the gender again. The gender, and basically I'll merge these two up. Merge. Let me just do a bit of drag down right here. I'll drag this down. So this one is USA. So USA. I'll type in number of appearance, and here I'm looking for male gender and female gender that comes from USA. I'm looking for male and female that comes from USA. Let me hold in this. Now let's continue. I'll just say equals to count if. Now I'm not using count if, I'm using count ifs, because count if can only take one criteria, but count ifs can take as many criteria as possible. So I'm just going to use count ifs. As you can see, I have criteria range, one criteria. So let's take gender as our first range, gender, and since I have it typed out here, I don't need to type it again. I'll just select male gender, comma, criteria range 2, which is the country. I'll just select the country. And which country am I looking for here? I'm looking for USA. In double quotes, I'll just type in USA. Close my quotes. Then here now, I can close my brackets and press enter. And you can see I have 15 male from USA and 16 female from USA. Very, very easy to work with. Very, very simple. And if you have to sum these two up, automatically it's going to give us 31. 15 plus 16 will give us 31. Let's do one more. Let's do for another country. Let me just copy this out. Copy it and paste it somewhere around here. Now let's do the same thing. Let's choose another country. Let's do what if we try Japan? Let's try Japan. Now let's know how many people are from Japan first. So number of appearance for Japan. Let me just copy this and paste it right here. Number of appearance for Japan. The number of customers that we have in Japan. So now this is just one criteria. I just want to count how many customers comes from Japan. All I just have to do is say equals to count if, because I'm dealing with one criteria. My criteria range is this, which is the country, and the country that I'm looking for here is Japan. In double quotes, Japan. Close my quotation, close my bracket and press enter. And here I have 9 customers from Japan. How many of them are male and how many female do we have there? Let's do that. Now since this is 2 criteria, I'm going to make use of Countifs. We say equals to Countifs. Criteria range 1. I can go with the country. So just have to choose your criteria range and the criteria that I'm looking for here in this country. The customer has to come from Japan. So in quotes, Japan, quote, then comma. My second criteria now is I'm looking for gender. I'll just choose gender column, and since I have gender typed out here, I can just select it, and you can also type it in a quote just the same way we type this Japan. But since I have it typed out here, I'll just choose the male, and I can close my bracket, press enter. So here I have 7 male. That will leave us with only 2 female, and as you can see I have just 2 female. So this will give us the total of 9. That will give us the total of 9. So that is how to work with Countif and Countifs in Excel. I hope you've been able to learn something in today's video. Feel free to share this with your friends and colleagues, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day ahead.